Okay guys, let's do a back workout. I got some new things to show you guys today. So we're gonna move along. We're gonna start off with behind the leg presses. Just joking. Pull downs. I said that because someone said behind the leg presses is for back workout. I don't know about that. So I have my resistance band, the same band I used to do pull-ups, mounted here, and my little seat is here. You guys will see what's under there after, because I will need it for another exercise. So here we go. Okay. So I'm actually holding the bar like this, because I'm having, as you see, I have my tape, my wrist is all taped up. The wrist is really bothering me a lot, so I'm holding the bar this way, and instead of this way. So for my pull downs to the front, my hands is like this. So I'm going to rotate back and forth until I get maybe 4 or 5 sets done. So I want you to think of holding a doorknob. That's how I'm holding the bar to the side. And the main reason why, because this is the part where I have a lot of difficulty with my right hands. There's a lot of problem with the tendons in the corner here, where the thumb is located. And it's just, I think I aggravated from the pull-ups too, that's part of it too. But it's causing a lot of pain in there, so. But I was told by the doctors it's arthritis. It's not exactly it's not just the tendons, it's arthritis, it's built up in there, so I'm trying to keep it as active as possible. So I'm just holding it here like a doorknob to pull down. I'm trying to see if I can order a bar, a grip that I can, when I'm doing my pull-ups, to do in this way instead of this way. Because if I do the pull-ups like this, I can actually take some strain away from this area. So pulling towards me instead of like pulling at this angle. So I already did some research in it. That will be actually useful too. So, but in the meantime, I have to just do it what I have, right? So we do one more set. I need my clock out there. I don't even know when I started. I will just assume that I've been doing this for 5-10 minutes and just go like that. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do seated rows. Usually I connect the resistance bands to the base, but the base is in there. Don't want to lift it up and bring it out here. So I figured out a way to do it not too long ago before I started this. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. So I'm actually sitting on my cement block. That's what I'm sitting on. And all this stuff you're seeing, guys, you will not see it anywhere else. You're only going to see it here. So don't turn off your phones there and switch to another channel to see this. I'm the only person you'll ever see doing this unless somebody copies me. So what I do, I will take this and I will put it in here because I don't want the bands to touch too much of what's actually happening here. This is a little rough, the edges are rough, it might actually, I don't know, I'm just thinking that way it could damage my bands. But these are the resistance bands I'm going to use. I'm actually going to upload another video of how I put this together later, but so the same cement block I'm sitting on using as a seat, I'm going to take these bands, I'm going to put them right through here. This hole you see here, put it right through that hole. I'm going to take the second one, do the same thing. But I have choices. I can take this off and use this, or I can use the other one that I have here. I use this to do my triceps actually. This is all I do. I slip it in there like that. And there you go. I can do my seated rolls just like this. And my foot is rested against here. The block is heavy. And that's what's important. And I have the right distance between myself and that block to get the exercise done. So I can adjust my hands whichever way I want to go, up or down, to get the resistance that I need. I don't have to go from here. If I go from this point, that means I'm a much taller person. So it depends on your height. You can adjust yourself like this. I didn't pay anything for the cement blocks. It will sit in my garage when I moved into this house. So the only thing I did with it was spray painted it with chrome. That's all I did. So we go for the second set. I can bring my hands a little closer down to get more resistance. So guys, anyone who say that they cannot do this, they cannot do that, I always say to people, stop making excuses. Back in the old school days, I don't know if you guys ever heard this saying, Excuses are like ASH. That's what excuses are. I didn't do this a few days ago or a few months ago. I was just setting up this and I figured out, hey, I could use the cement block to do this exercise this way instead of bringing the base out here. And that's what I did, right? There's always a way to get things done. It all depends on you. No one else but you. Lots of contractions I'm feeling there, lots of it. So if you youngsters are looking at this and your parents see you walk in the house with a cement block and tell you just get out of the house, take that thing outside, don't tell them I told you to do this. Don't mention even my account, please. I don't want to come looking for me. One more set. I was even trying to figure out how to do T-bar with this. But I couldn't. I just have to get a bit more cloth to pat around every corners. I actually figured it out too, but it's too much, so I'll do the other way. Because I have to turn the block in a different direction. So, too much cloth I need for that. What I like about using the resistance band is so smooth. The movement is so smooth. Gosh. It's very tight, my back. Okay, so let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, so we're gonna do barbell row, but except we're using this stuff, resistance band, and on my little bar here. So we step in the bend, everything is in place, get a nice foot stance, and start pulling that bar to the lower chest. No, lower to the abdominal, lower abdominals. So what I can do too, just to create more resistance, I can go like this. I don't have to have such a wide stand. I can just go like this. Or I can put a knot to the center of the bend. Just like how I showed you guys when I was doing the shrugs. I can put a knot to the center of the bend. And you stand on the bend like this. So you see it's even further down now. And you pull, same place. And if your resistance band doesn't have enough resistance, like these are the softer bands, so they can stretch a bit more. You can actually use a band like these ones there. It's much more stiff. Or like this band I have here. They're actually more stiff, so it's harder to pull. You can use that kind of band. But the bands, it's two different qualities I found out. One is more soft and one is more stiff. The stiff bands, I think that just based on how they feel, if it's got a little cut somewhere in the band, it's gonna go flying when it breaks. But the softer ones, I think it tears a little, it takes a bit longer to tear, but the harder ones, they will snap. I'm pretty sure that's what will happen because of how stiff they are. Because I experienced that using this one. This one I experienced the same thing. It just snapped suddenly. But the ones that are softer, it will tear slowly. So which one is better? I think they're both okay. It's just that something tearing very slow is kind of scary. Because you don't know when it's gonna go. Yes, I'm all taped up here. I find this kind of tape is helpful, KT tape. I find it very useful. It helps to release some of the pain and tension I'm feeling in those areas. So we got one more set, I think. Yeah, I think it's one more set. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna do T-bar row now. Resistance band style. So you just take your band. Okay, let's rotate the band. Let's use the other one. Let's use these ones. And you put your band like this. Just double it like this and step on it. Whichever foot you want to use, you can use it. And you put one foot in front of you and you hold the band like this. From here, the resistance is good. So think of yourself lying face down on the bench trying to do this. That's how you put your body. And then you just pull. And if you want more resistance, just drop your hands down like this. And you can pull from here if you could. Right? I'm going to show you guys another way. With the bar actually. But let's get another set this way first. So how I rotate the foot. I always rotate the foot because the band is pulling against my foot, so I don't want to same thing on both sides. So I'll drop my hands a little bit here. Oof. Should I be using? Maybe I should use a larger bar here. I'll use this. So I use my pull-up bar for it. So what you could do is just take the band and you put them like this. Again, over the bar. And you choose whichever foot you want to use. And you could do it like this. Now this way, I really don't like doing it this way. Because I cannot pull how I want to. But this option is there. get wider. See, that's how you could do it. So you have, there's different ways you can actually get it done. But as I said before, I like this way better. This way I like better because I like the option that I can actually grab the bands here or wherever I want to grab them. But once you lock them there, that's it. That's the only thing you can do. This way I find feels much better. I feel more exhausted from that way actually. So the next exercise we do shrugs from behind. And again, the traps is located at the back. When I'm doing my back, I want to hit the traps also from the back. At least maybe 2 sets or 3 sets of high reps I will go for. Because when you do your back double bicep poses, if you're a bodybuilder, that area must look right. And when you do the crab pose at the end of the routine, if that's where you would do it, you want to make sure that the traps looks pretty good. So I just step on the band like this. Roll the shoulders back, and you just pull. So I do 2 sets of 20 I will do. So guys, some of you are looking at me and say, this guy is in so much pain. You know, it's part of my life right now. It's been like that since I was as far back as I can remember. If a day I wake up and I don't feel anything, maybe I'm just gone, right? But it's something I've worked with my entire life, basically. Because my lower back issue started since age 17. And everything else followed after. But I'm still here working out. It hasn't stopped me. I just keep finding ways to get things done and keep going forward. This is a band that broke on me actually. I actually bought it in Japan, and it was actually new when I bought it. It was on clearance. The regular price was like $25, and they had it on clearance for like 15 bucks. And I just bought it, I brought it back to the house. I tested it out, did lots of exercises with it, seeing it's fine. 3 weeks later, I'm back in Canada, and I'm using it. Actually, I was streaming when it actually broke, but many of you didn't notice it actually broke. And next thing you know, I heard pop. But because I had it wrapped around a few times around the bar, it went flying. So that actually acted as safety too, just the way it was wrapped around the bar. And I realized it was broken, so I just got up quietly like nothing was wrong. And I just got another band and started using it. And I said to people it broke, but no one actually paid attention. But actually it snapped. And the reason I did some research and found out that the resistance band, if you have it a long time, for example, it's sitting in the box in the store for I don't know how long it was there, and the band it's not gonna work the same as if it's brand new, but that counts for it sitting in the bar in the box like that in the store for maybe a year, 2 years, I don't know, but it must have been there for a while for them to be putting in clearance, and that is a problem right there. When you have the bands, it has to be used. If you're not using them, it's just things are gonna start happening to the bands itself. So that band popped because it wasn't being used, and it was sitting in the box, maybe 1 year, 2 years, who knows how long it was there, and that's how come it broke me. So when you have resistance bands, you have to keep them being used, and it has expiry dates on them. It doesn't say in the boxes, but it do. I would say 3 years max. But it has to be being used at the same time and well taken care of. But you will feel the bands will probably start to get a little bit more stretchy, and that tells you that it's losing its elasticity. So you have to get something new. Okay, so what do we do next? Yeah, one exercise I forgot to show you guys. So if you're doing your you don't have a dumbbell, you want to do your one arm roll, this is what you do, the same thing. You put your foot, whichever side you decide to use first, like this. And you can do your one arm rolls like this. What is that? Felt something weird. Let's try again. Like this. You can do your rolls like that. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use the band in this way too. So you can get your rolls done like that too, with the one hands. Wow. Let's get another set. So you want to also make sure you do some face pulls for your rear delts, because again, everything is to the back here. When you do your back poses like this, you want to make sure that the back, the rear delts looks good, going into the traps, right into the rest of your back. So that's very important. So we're gonna do some face pulls, or we could do it bent over rows for the rear delts also. Depends on which one you want to try. The band hitting my glasses. I'm gonna try to rush here because I'm not too sure what time I actually started, just in case. So second set. That feels good. Yeah, get this out of the way. So lower back exercise would also involve your hamstring. This is this beautiful exercise here. Good mornings. So as you go down, you're stretching the hamstring out, and when you come back up, you squeeze it loose and just contract everything coming back upwards. That's how you do it. It's not just flop, flop, flop all the time. It's just like done, easy, squeeze coming up. So usually I would do maybe 2 or 3 sets, high reps for this exercise. But most of the time I do good mornings. It's not when I'm finishing. I do it when I start the workout to warm up the lower back. That's when I usually do it. But sometimes I will switch it around and go to the ending like that. It's good to like switch things around when you're working out and not doing the same all the time, because you find you get better results when you keep switching things around. I don't mean switching the exercises, but the direction that you're doing them in. Now guys, my shoulders, everything, even my forearms is very pumped from what I've already done. So what I do now, I'm going to do some pull-ups. In spite of everything that's going on, I'm going to try to do some pull-ups. And I do it this way because everything is pumped already. So I don't have to do tons of reps to get, or sets to get results that I need. So I do it like this. So the muscles are already fatigued. It's easier to get the pump now from the pull-ups. But I don't know how much reps I'm gonna do, just gonna do it. I have no goal. No goal set, just do till I get exhausted. So I'm using the stick band here. Sometimes this band is a pain to pull down because it's so stiff. Yeah. Gosh. I got a serious head rush just now. Okay guys, that's it. Thank God for resistance band. Guys, if you want to see the full stream, please go to my YouTube channel. I actually put a link up at the top of my TikTok page there. And can't talk, too exhausted. Yeah, so please go to my YouTube channel, you can see the full stream. And guys, thank you for your support. And that was my back workout. So the pull-ups, what I found out is that if you hit 20, you feel what it's like to feel 20. Then you hit 30, it's just a feeling. And without whatever pain you're feeling, if you can get past those pain, because that's what I've been trying to figure out. If you could feel it, you got used to it. But if you stop completely, for example, like a couple of months, you might find yourself going backwards a bit. So you gotta keep going forward. And who knows how much reps you're gonna get. I have a goal right now, how much reps I want to get. But I have this feeling that this is gonna be the problem to get there. So if I took the bands off and not use the resistance band there, I probably can hit like 40 reps, no problem. Because before, that's what I was doing before this all started. I was hitting about 40, 41 around there without the bands. But since arthritis has came on my both shoulders and my wrist, I noticed the reps start decreasing because it's harder to hold the bar because of the pain in the wrist and the shoulder. So, but I'm not gonna give up. So I'll keep going forward. So guys, thank you again for your support. You want to see the full stream, please go to my YouTube channel. And Toronto, Cambodians in the morning. Yep. And those in Toronto, YouTube watching, catch you guys maybe tomorrow in the next workout. But I'm out of here. Gotta go relax now. Bye-bye. TikTok.